but still, he's played that very, very nicely indeed.
Yeah, what a clever shot that was.
Nancy.
Well, he's got a nice angle on the green. I'm quite sure there's a red available in that pack, but if not, he could play into it. Yeah, he's going into the pack. He needs a bit of luck. Oh, he's got it. It's okay. Nice shot.
23.
Big target. You always need just a little nice kiss when you go into the pack. You're never sure exactly what's going to happen, but he'd be happy with the outcome.
24.
Overcut that, and because of that, the cube will have more pace on it. And now a tough shot ahead to keep the break going, especially if it's dead straight. Just had enough angle, and he's able to get on that red. What a fantastic start this is for Mark Selby. Straight out of the blocks here.
27. $28.
Another nicely played little cannon on that red, just
34.
promoting it towards this bottom right corner pocket. He's on it nicely to just hold for the black into the opposite corner pocket. Such a clever player, Mark Selby, Steve, but and you know, he's probably more renowned for his, you know, tactical play, his match play, but I mean, one of the greatest scorers in the game as well. Well, just as I say that, talk about commentators' course. Oh, we won't like that at all.
Had nothing to do with the cue ball either. It wasn't for that reason that he missed. Couldn't have expected that, could you?
Well,
good shot there from Robert Milkins. Spreading the reds apart as well as keeping on the black. Might have a chance to nudge the pink free here, should he so wish. It would stop the cue ball to some degree. Deciding against it. I think he'd have been better off playing it with topspin. I mean, those 4 or 5 reds look a bit awkward. Why not just nudge into them again? Topspin would have freed the red by the pink, pushed the pink out.
Well,
yeah, I think if Robert has any aspirations of trying to get through into the quarterfinals and beat Mark Selby, he's got to take his chances when they come, and that was a good chance. Well, I won't be too enamoured by that shot. It's almost dead straight. You need an angle on this red. That's a poor shot. He's looking right down the line there, almost dead straight. Very hard to manoeuvre the cue ball.
He's wondered if he can play with topspin, maybe, and bounce off the 2 jaws.
No.
Too much. Did it too well. Great effort.
Yellow ball. Mark Selby, 9.
Cover the pack, and then this right hand side table only left this red here. Making sure, trying to avoid the double kiss, but unless he gets cover on the blue, he's going to leave this red, and he has done. And he can play for the black into the same pocket. Sort of takes the pressure off this long pot a little bit, because the only red he can leave is the one he's taken on. So you might see him trying to push the cue ball over to the left-hand side of the table. Yeah, lovely. And black into the same pocket.
Eight. No.
He's got a nice angle on the blue. He's 45 points ahead, still 51, so the blue will put him 50 ahead with 51 remaining. He needs one of these reds. He needs a good cannon on this little bunch. And that'll do nicely. So apart from that miss, Steve, out of the blue on the black, he's looked pretty sharp so far.
15.
Yeah, it's always nice to knock the long pots in. He's 100% on that at the moment. Be fair to say he's expected to beat Robert Milkins. He's got the better record against him, especially in the majors. Robert yet to beat him in one of those. And of course, it's only Robert's 3rd time here. He's yet to win a match at the Masters, so an uphill climb for a very improved player, it must be said, after winning that Welsh Open. Really raised his stock.
Yeah, I think that does make a difference, doesn't it, when you play, and particularly here at the Ali Pali, you know, you haven't won a match, you're playing in front of over 2,000 people, you're playing a past champion. That little bit of extra experience, it can make the difference, can't it? Not a nice pot to the left centre.
Six.
I do like watching Robert Milkins, though, I must say. Really
7.
breath of fresh air when he gets in full flow. Hopefully we'll see a bit of that tonight. It's going to be Selby is going to take this opening frame.
14.
Oh, what a shot that was. And nicely on the green.
$90. $23. $28. $34.
So Mark Selby with breaks up 35 and 41. Gets off to a good start and he takes the opener. He leads Robert Milkins 1-0. He hasn't had the best of starts of the season, has he? But he showed some good form in this opening frame, and this was a cracker, wasn't it?
Yeah. Don't get many of these in, but it was always set off on line, the perfect line for that shot. One of the most underrated players in the game, I think. Especially by I'm not talking about the public who come along to watch snooker, because I think when you see Mark Selby live, you appreciate how talented he is. But you know, if you're a casual viewer and you don't want to watch somebody who can occasionally really put the grind on, you might dislike what you see. But when you see him in 3D, right, so powerful a player. So
Absolutely,
clinical. It's just, you know, he's so, every part of his game is admirable.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's, I mean, I've played him over the years. I think he's one of the toughest match players, I think, maybe that's ever played the game. I mean, and that's talking in present company. I thought you were the toughest, and then John Higgins came along, and then this man came along. Every aspect of his game, his temperament particularly, but his knowledge of the game, Steve, as well.
Everything, yeah. But the thing is, sometimes his clinical play underlies the amount of talent he's got.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, people, you know, Ronnie O'Sullivan used to call him the torturer. I think it was a little bit unfair because I think maybe because he never liked playing him, but he's just, so good in every department. And I think when he plays his aggressive style, even though he can play any style of the game, any part of the game and any facet of the game, he's so good at.
You.
But when he is aggressive like he was in that first frame, that's good signs, isn't it, for this match alone?
The second frame. Mark Selby to break.
Robert Milkins left a red hanging off the break-off in the last frame. That's not the case with Mark Selby's break. You'd like that to happen every time you played. The weird thing, Ken, isn't it, that it feels like every table has its own way of breaking, you know, every maybe the cloth or whatever, so you have to work out the best break for the table, even though they should all be the same.
And every break is never the same, is it? The balls break different every single time. Thankfully, this time the black is not tied up. I think for Robert Milkins here, you know, he has to, as I said, take his chances when he gets them, but he has to play his own game, not let Mark Selby dictate the game. He's going to try and keep it, the game as open as possible, play it on his terms. Oh. It's not unlucky. It was a poor safety shot. Look where the red and the cue ball is finished. Now what does he do here? Does he play up for the blue? Does he play into the pack? I don't think he play into the pack and take a chance. So maybe up for the blue or a ball colour. Well,
1.
that's no good. Safety shot only available.
Mark Selby 1.
Well, he's left this red into the left centre. An easy starter.
1.
Nicely on the blue. Nice angle. Now, having a look. As long as there's no plants into left or right corner pocket here. Straight into the pack, hitting that apex red. Full ball. Oh, look at this. What a shot. Needs a bit of luck again, and he's got it. What a shot he's played there. Perfect.
Yeah, deserved a good split. Deserved a bit of luck there. A perfect hit.
Yeah, let's have a look at this split again. It's definitely worth watching again. Watch, he hits the, as I said, the top red right in the middle, exactly where he wanted it. And that little kiss on the red from Sandy.
Early days, but it's a great chance for 2-0.
Cheers, Mark. Thank you.
Didn't really want to be holding the pink spot there. Under-hit that. So now pink goes on the black spot, and more difficulty
30.
to continue in this break now. Shouldn't be a problem.
He's
got to be just a little bit careful here. This could go wrong. He's got to play a little cannon off red, maybe just above the pink here. Yeah, so always a possibility of going wrong, that shot. And well, it's not great. Could have played it a little bit firmer.
20.
Yeah, I think I'd have liked to have played that harder. Got himself in a bit of a pickle here. This is a nasty red into the centre pocket. Thought he was lining it up there. I think he is. It's a pretty acute angle, this.
Yeah, not easy. You saw from that angle. I mean, how cute and how narrow those middle pockets are. Tightest pockets on the table. But he played it nicely. Now one good positional shot, maybe that red just to the right of the pink into this bottom right corner pocket. He can play in an area here. Red's left or right of the pink will be okay. He's going for the one on the left or for the extreme one on the right, but he's played it nicely.
24.
And giving himself options, and that's what players like to do when they're making breaks. When they can, if they can play on two reds, and they will try and do so. He's on this alternative red into the corner.
25.
This break will be made easier if that pink does pot into the left corner. Which it obviously does.
Yeah, the reds are very nicely split. It's just a case of keeping good control of that cue ball. Try and get high on the pink this time.
38.
Maybe play for the red just to the left of the pink into the same pocket. Good thing about the way the reds are situated, he doesn't have to play any reds into develop any reds. He can just pick them off.
44.
Already got a 45-point lead.
Just needs to be a bit careful here. He needs one good positional shot off the pink, and that would unlock everything, I think.
$45.
Yeah, it's one of these situations, isn't it, Steve? As he pots another red, he sort of unlocks another red
51.
into the open. So when he pots this red, the second red just below the pink, there you see it will be available into the same corner.
52.
Well, he's just drifted a little bit further up the table with the cue ball. And he would have liked, he wanted to be straight on this pink. So, not perfect. He may now. He may have to play a little cannon or to get on his next red.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he can actually play with topspin off the back cushion, but I don't think that's advisable. A bit risky playing that.
$58.
Yeah, just held it enough for this red so you can just pot it and take the pink into the right centre.
Cheers, Mark. Thank you.
He's kept a nice control of
59.
of the cue ball. Yeah, that's 60 points in the lead, 59 only remaining. So this pink will possibly stop his opponent coming back to the table, but he doesn't want to leave the table just yet. He wants to keep going. Another nicely played little cannon. This has been a beautiful break.
65.
Really good stuff from Mark Selby so far.
66. $72. 73. 79. 80.
Can we see the first century of the evening? Possible. 1-2-2. Well, 1-2-1 now after potting that pink. He's made an incredible
86.
796 centuries in his career. 147 5 times.
87.
'He's made 30 of those centuries in this tournament at the Masters. Needs a good cue ball here. Ooh, not enough. Right hand side. So needs a good yellow. Keep the break going.
92. 94.
Right. That's a man who's very confident in his cue action. Beautiful shot.
97.
It's been a great break, hasn't it? Wonderful. All came from that beautiful split off the reds. This will be 797 centuries for Mark Selby, the
101.
former champion. Great break. What the crowd love. His wife Vicky claps on.
Yeah, it's a blistering start
106.
by Mark Selby here
Please
this
don't
evening.
shout out when the player's on the shot.
Not just the century break, but keeping Robert Milkins in his chair, not getting any table time at all at the moment is Robert.
112.
It's his third appearance here. Tough at the top against these types of players. The black goes in.
119.
It's a beautiful clearance from Mark Selby. He's in full control at the moment. 2-0.
Yeah, great break, wasn't it? And, well, it was one shot, Steve, and this is just, well, he couldn't have split these any better, could he?
No, he got perfectly on the blue. He checked earlier to see if there were any plants on. He knew he could go into them firmly. That cue ball was going into a worrying position, but I think it was always going to be, he was going to be on a red somewhere around the table. So, and the way he's cueing at the moment, he felt like he'd got it, but a nice easy one after that. And then, well, his usual clinical self, really. He had a couple of little problems, but you know they weren't big in the positional play. And he hasn't had the best of seasons, although that's tough at the top, as I said before. But did get to the final of an event earlier, so he has got some form. Got to the latter stages of a number of tournaments this year, so he's threatening, isn't he?
Yeah, he lost in the final of the British Open, didn't he, to Mark Williams? But, and of course, well, who could forget that final back in May against Luca Brissell? He made that wonderful maximum, the first ever maximum at the World Championship final. 4-time winner of that event, of course, and twice winner here. But yeah, looks in good form. Yeah, it's sort of a little bit strange, isn't it, that this sort of season he's had so far that he hasn't already picked up a trophy.
Judd Trump's obviously had a lot to say in that equation, winning so much. Ronnie's won a couple of big ones. He's got a great record here at the Masters as well, hasn't he? He likes the big occasion, 3 times winner. Got a feeling before the end of his career he's going to win this again. But for Robert, only 3 times here at the Masters. First time he came here, he lost to Ronnie O'Sullivan in the first round, 6-1. Then in 2015, the next year, he lost to Neil Robertson, 6-4. So he's been drawn against some tough players and tough opposition. When you're not really used to this event, it makes life doubly difficult.
Yeah, big frame, isn't it, for Robert? You know, we always say you never really settle down until you win that first frame, and it's very, very true. And particularly in an arena like this.
Thank you. The 3rd frame.
So let's see what
Robert
Milkins
Milkins
has.
to break.
He's one of these players, Robert Milkins. I mean, you know, he could reel off a frame very, very quickly. So there'll be no panic stations just yet. Very experienced. And who will ever forget that wonderful victory at the Welsh Open? Won a 2nd ranked title and, of course, a 150,000 bonus prize as well.
Foul. A miss. Robert Milkins 4. Free ball. Brown ball, thank you. One.
Just curled round
6.
enough, didn't it? It looked like it was going offline, but maybe the nap of the cloth just curled it round into the pocket.
Seven.
When he's in the rear. A Currents of having a massive break on. Oh, is that going to drop as well? Oh, it's just there on the edge.
Robert Milkins.
Thought for a second it was going to drop. Up until then, he was on for a 153.
Got away with one there. This could be interesting. Get this cue ball back up the bog, but the fact that that black is over that corner pocket, well, that's a nice little kiss. Has he got the snooker? I think so. I think you can see an edge, yeah. That black may cause a problem.
Ken, it's a bit early to think about the re-rack, isn't it? But it's sometimes very difficult to force a mistake from your opponent when there's a ball covering one of the corner pockets.
Yeah, and of course, when they play these safety shots, everything, when they can, all the reds are going to go towards that now. And there may be one opportunity here to cut a red in into this bottom right corner pocket. I'm saying you're not easy. Oh, it's close. Ooh.
And the reason why it's hard to get a response from safety play and a mistake from your opponent. Take a look at this shot now. Mark Selby playing thin off the red nearest the right pocket if he wanted to. Still probably wouldn't go wrong even if he butchered it. Safety doesn't have to be so accurate under these circumstances.
He's played that as well as he could, tighten that ball cushion. Robert's just got to be careful he doesn't knock a red towards that black on the left corner pocket. And this is the problem now. There's all the safety shots. Reds will be going towards that left-hand side. Maybe a little bit of a stalemate. Let's hope not.
I mean, if somebody could get in right behind the green, that could possibly be the key to unlocking this frame. I think Mark Selby looking to get down the left-hand side of the table now. Misjudged that massively, but therein lies the problem. Bad safety shot. It's all safe. I mean, I know it's a sort of modern day tactic, but would you be asking for a re-rack now? Like, would you go, let's get on with it now?
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I mean, you could be playing these shots now for the next 10 minutes, unless somebody knocks the black in, which is always a possibility. There you go. Ooh.
Yeah, but I don't think necessarily you can outsmart your opponent in this situation. This is a great shot he's played, by the way. It's more likely that the outcome is sort of, if it does resolve itself, is because of some sort of accidental shot. Why not just say, let's have a re-rack? But
I tell you what.
Yeah, he's got him in trouble. I'll take it all back.
Yeah. I tell you what, Robert Milkins would like a re-rack right now.
Yeah. Maybe you should offer him one now.
Because he's in a bit of trouble here.
I mean, he could try and play the cue ball as close to the black as he could get, drop it into the corner somehow, but that was a bit of a
Foul.
an
Miss.
interesting
leave a
shot.
free
It's a
ball
free
here.
ball. That'll be a nightmare.
Mark Selby, 4.
No free ball.
It's not free ball. No.
No, there's the red. There's a 2-ball plant, or 2 balls touching each other, that you could hit one of those for either side. Still a worrying shot, though. I wouldn't want to play it again. Could leave a free ball.
Roll. Yeah, Mark.
Well, he might have another go with the 2-cushion escape, but then if he misses it, he will be warned, because he can see a red full ball. He's not completely snookered, so that is a bit of a problem as well. And this would be interesting to see what choice. He might be going for your choice, Steve. Try and leave the cue ball somewhere near the black. Doesn't want to knock the black in. Ooh, not bad. Not bad. We'll settle for that. Deep breaths.
Chance for Mark Selby, even though it's awkward cueing, to maybe get behind the green. But he does prefer this position he's marking out with his cue here. And rightly so, because it's cutting off all escape lines down the right-hand side of the table.
Yeah, I like that yellow and pink as a big target. And even if he bounces it off side cushion, ball cushion, could get close to the yellow if he wished. We could have hit it a bit harder, widen the angle a bit more. But he still has the advantage. So once again, Robert Milkins has got to find a safety position. Not quite sure what he can get back down to the bulk area. It would be very, very dangerous. A lot of traffic in his way.
Yeah, it's risky trying to get back to bulk here. I think a similar style of containing shot is the correct choice.
Mark Selby, 7.
Well, you won't be too too unhappy with that. Nor will Mark Selby. I think that's a headache out of the way. And Mark Selby's still got his fish on the hook here. And finally, Robert Milkins gets down the table. And an excellent safety shot as well.
Yeah, that's the best shot he's played so far this evening. Great reply. And let's have a look right down the line here. What's Selby got? Can he find a gap?
Foul. Miss.
Is it going to be a free ball? No, I don't think
Over
so.
Milkins.
Red on the top cushion is probably hittable on both sides.
Back. Yeah.
So an interesting rule, I think, Ken, is that the 3 misses and out rule only applies if you can't, if you're totally snookered by a red, or if you can hit a full ball on a red,
I think you could clip it. Yeah.
then
Yeah.
you don't have to hit both sides of it. If you can hit a red full ball, I don't think it was actually where it was there. It was a bit the other side. Because I'm not absolutely sure he can hit any red full ball. Then he's effectively fully snookered by the rules, so he can play the misses.
Can you check it?
I think
It's very
that's
important. This has got to be right.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what he's just asked referee Rob Spencer, because there you see,
Yeah, he can hit
full ball.
He couldn't before, and therefore the 3 misses and out rule doesn't apply, and Mark can keep on playing.
Just have a look, Mark.
No, it wasn't like that, I'm sure. Well, that's not bad.
Rob?
Goes back a bit. It's got to go back a bit to the left, I think. Anyway, I'm not too sure if Mark Selby can actually ask prior to playing the shot, can he? Yeah. Oh. Couldn't get closer, could he?
Foul. Miss. Robert Milkins.
Well, let's see if
Yeah.
Rob Spencer warns Mark Selby now. I think he is, because that last shot, Steve, I think he could see the full ball, but whether he could see it on the first attempt, well, this would be the interesting now. Let's see what Rob Spencer says to Mark Selby, because if he says you must hit the ball, and if you don't, I'll award the frame to your opponent, then he's got to play this red that he can see.
Yeah. I could have convinced myself that the first time I saw it, he couldn't hit any full ball, but...
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Ben, can we check it again, please? Yeah, sure.
So even though he can't see either side of a red, he can hit the red fully. It's a slight difference, but not that much.
So marginal. It might be.
Mark, there's a slight tolerance, so we're talking a little bit, so if you think a bit more this way.
Currently, he can hit full ball on the back of one of those 2 reds we can see in the foreground.
Before you do, I've got to say something to you. Rob, do you agree with the position? Yeah. Mark, if I have to call a miss after the stroke, I'll award the frame to your opponent. Okay.
I'm not going to play the same shot.
Yes, that makes a difference to his choice of shot, so he cannot play that 2-cushion escape. So
Is it the pot?
he has been warned. So what's he going to play now?
Does he go for the all-out pot if he's in that much trouble?
Quite sure. Maybe can he not play a containing shot, leave the cue ball down this left-hand side near the corner pocket?
It was good enough for Robert Milkins, wasn't it?
Somewhere there.
It was an option first time round.
Yeah. Could go close to going in off here if he doesn't hit it right. Well, it's okay, but possible pot for Robert Milkins where he takes it on now into the right centre.
just can't get going, can he? Mark Selby making it very difficult for his opponent. That was a good effort. Mark Selby should be able to screw through the gap, come up the table.
What?
He'll be really disappointed with that. Let's put it on himself for the blue.
Blue ball.
It would have been easy to have tried to push that proverbial boat out and pop the blue, but he knows he's got his opponent a little bit under pressure. Hasn't got his scoring boots on yet, so he's trying to keep it hard for his opponent.
Just wondering, is this a big pocket down this left-hand side? Possible pot here for Robert Milkins. He went for it, full-blooded. How's your luck? You need a bit of luck. Might have got away with that, you know. I think the green may block this red into the top right corner pocket.
Yeah, it was a very loose shot there from Robert Milkins. A bit of body movement. Well, Mark Selby doesn't seem to have an easy safety shot. I wonder if he's going to try and bash the red onto the left-hand half of the green and send the red up the table that way. This is more aggressive. He's seen a shot to nothing. What a shot that was. He got the shot. He was leaving Robert Milkins nothing, but he's on the black. Beautiful shot.
Well, he pulled one out there. Fantastic.
Eight.
It's just come a little bit awkward on this red. He's not to be straighter on it. He's just screw off the cushion and back for the black, but it's just off straight.
Somehow, in the very near future, he's got to try and disturb this pack of reds that's accrued behind the black spot. Not many options at the moment to do that. Can he get on the pink?
No.
I think maybe his idea was to get the pink back on the spot. Ideally, the blue on its spot would be nice to then go into the reds, but that's unachievable.
12.
Yeah, it's not ideal, this. I wanted a little bit of a straighter angle on this red, so he could have probably played for the pink into the right centre. Only really one loose red after this red.
30.
Yeah, and that's that one close to the left-hand side cushion in the open. So if he gets on that, he could get back on the black. Looks pretty good.
Yeah, even so,
60.
it's going to be very difficult to get a red out from the black. Maybe if he gets the right angle, he can play a power topspin shot. I don't think screwing into them can guarantee anything.
Cheers, Mark.
He'd like to have been a bit closer to this as well.
17.
Didn't really get the cue ball escaping from the cushion, so more distance to make the pot a little harder. Plus the added difficulty of trying to hit it hard enough to get a red out.
Yeah, it's definitely not straightforward, this, is it? Needs a lot of power. And of course, you need a little bit of luck as well. Missable, this black. With the pace he's going to have to play it with. Oh, he's played it well. He's played that very well. Oh, I tell you, he's so unlucky. Have a look at where the cue ball is finished. Great shot.
24. Touching ball.
Sure any expert lip readers will forgive Mark for anything that came out there. Cursed. Still, with a touching ball, you've got every opportunity to put your opponent in trouble. Does he risk getting up tight behind the yellow?
I think that's the shot, isn't it? Off two cushions, try and nestle right on the yellow here. It's all touch and feel this shot, and he's hit it.
Not good.
No, too hard.
Selby.
So he's left a red for Robert Milkins.
That's a massive misjudgment, isn't it? I mean, like trying to get close to the yellow was the problem there. Got greedy.
One.
Not nice on the pink.
Yeah, sure.
He's going to have to play the green off two cushions for that red. Left to the black. What's in the open into the left corner pocket.
Cheers, Rob.
Yeah, that's okay. Good shot. Wants to be straight on this red and just hold it for the black.
Four.
Oh, as I said, yeah, I want it to be straight. Can he hold the cue ball here for the black? Maybe bounce it off this top cushion. Delicate. Yeah, well
Five.
played. Just not hard enough. Needed to go a couple more inches up the table. Have a better angle on the black. Bit of work to do.
Would have liked to have been able to stay on the black here, but wrong side on the red. So now a good positional shot needed.
13.
So he's got the yellow, but can he somehow play off 4 cushions?
Get your extension first.
Get to this top cushion. Maybe it's a bit too thin for 4 cushions. Maybe 2 cushions is a line, and hope to get lucky, splitting the reds up. But he's going to have to rely on luck to keep the break going a bit.
Cheers, Rob. Thank you.
Very quick action there.
Robert
Perfect
Milkins,
actually on the red.
30.
Well, the action was very quick. A bit shabby. Had to put a bit of power into it, but chance missed, and he's left a chance for Mark Selby. I think he can just screw out for the black in the same pocket. Yeah,
One.
perfect.
That was an awful outcome for Robert Milkins. I mean, if he had have potted the yellow, the cue ball wouldn't have ended up there either. Makes it doubly hurtful.
Eight.
12 points in the lead. So 3 reds, 3 blacks with these open reds, which means he's going to need to develop
9.
those 2 reds that are really close together. That is, you would feel, maybe Robert Milkins' only hope getting back to the table.
If he gets the correct angle off this red and then onto the black at the correct angle, he could play a deep
16.
screw back onto those 2 reds.
$17.
Maybe has the angle. Obviously can play for the loose one. Still going to need one of these 2 reds.
24.
Yeah, and he really wants to be playing the black into the right corner here. But he's got to get high enough on the black. He's going to play this with pace. Missable. Oh,
25.
we had a little wriggle in the pocket. It didn't look in, did it? I hit the cushion there, but the angle is perfect. Now screw into those reds, knock one of the reds over the corner pocket. Looks pretty good. Looks very, very good. Excellent shot. Quick glance at the score, 36 in the lead. Beautiful little cannon.
32.
So that miss yellow from Robert Milkins is going to cost him this
32.
frame. It was a chance. Chance gone. Selby rubbing salt into the wound.
$40. $41.
Looked like buckets there, didn't they? Hit the cushion immediately, still went in.
48. $50.
You try playing on them, Steve. Now has he got an angle on the screen? Maybe Maybe not. Looks a little bit straight. What can he do? Keep the break going after the screen. He's a great shot maker, Mark Selby. Let's see what he comes up with here. Good effort. Oh, good effort.
Mark Selby, 53.
Nice break
On the throw.
from Mark Selby. Robert Milkins had his chance. It was a miss yellow with the extension. Selby pounced. He leads 3-0.
It's interesting with the pockets, isn't it? It's always an issue of contention as to whether they're up to spec. Of course, you've got the camera that is behind the pocket that can't see the fall of the slate. So sometimes a ball that doesn't look in, the player knows it's already going to pass the fall line. But there has been some talk about the actual fall of the slate, and it's a bit more rounded now, as opposed to being sharper as it was for a while.
I think it's just I think because of these super fine cloths as well, that when you play it at that pace, Steve, that you know, even though it hits the cushion, it's just that it comes off the far jaw, doesn't it? When you hit the near jaw, they very rarely drop in, but the far jaw, as we look.
But also, the ball slides off the cloth, and that makes a massive difference to what you're used to in a club, where you don't get any slide, where the sheen of the cloth has long gone, and then the cloth and the rubber effectively is gripping more. That yellow was a poor miss by Robert Milkins. He looked like he really didn't give it enough care, did he? It didn't seem like he was on the shot long enough. I mean, he's static at the moment, but when he does actually play it...
Yeah, it was a bit of it. Look at the action. It was very quick, wasn't it? It wasn't smooth. It was nothing smooth, but just look at the way it landed. It landed perfectly for Mark Selby. Look, you could pot the red, get on the black, and the worst possible outcome, as you said. So he's had a few chances, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's had a couple of chances, but he's not been helped by his opponent, who's playing with great precision.
He's not an ideal sort of prospect, is he, for Robert Milkins? He's Mark Selby. He's one of those players that he likes to get on with it, and he doesn't want to play too much safety. But Selby will make him sort of work for those opportunities. He has to make the opportunities himself. He has to knock those long balls in. He's shaking his head there because he knows he had a chance in the first frame. Didn't have a chance in the second, but had a chance in that last frame as well. And those chances against these top players, they have to be taken to put any sort of pressure on them and to give yourself that bit of confidence.
Just looking at some of the stats here, they played 13 times before. Mark's won 10 of them, including all the important World Championship and UK Championship times they've met. It's tough, your first round match here at the Masters anyway, but against the likes of a Mark Selby on form, it's going to be even more difficult.
I think if he can get this frame under his belt, Robert Milkins, and with a decent break, he can go into the interval, you know, maybe with a bit of a spring and a bit of belief, you know, that he's only 2 behind and it's still 4-6, so it's a massive frame for him, this.
Yeah, he's very much an inspiration player as well. He loves to get on them, a bit of hustle and bustle, and he's not getting the chance at the moment.
So big frame, Mark Selby, purposely taking the time, let his opponent stew in that seat while he goes out. Just let him think about that miss on the yellow a little bit more.
Thank you. The 4th frame. Mark Selby to break.
Mark Selby looks like he's got a good break going here. However, he's hitting the ball. He'd like more of that.
Yeah, good shot. Tap on the table from Selby in appreciation. Now, possibility. Robert Milkins needs a good long pot. Can hold for the black. Makes it stall down. Oh, unlucky.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's going to be Robert's night, does it?
Robert Milkins won.
Yeah, not a good, decent safety shot from Robert Milkins. Max Selby just coming down, checking the pack. Doesn't want to knock it red over this right corner pocket. Played it well. Got cover on the green. Very good. Quality. Another good safety reply from Robert Milkins. This will test his opponent, unless he's going to play a containing shot here. Needs to miss the blue. Slightly fortunate there, Max Selby. Left his opponent hampered over this green. Excellent. Well, that's 4 good safety shots in a row. That's on the question from probably one of the best safety players in the world. But he's answered the question very well indeed. What a shot this is. Only had the edge of that red.
Brilliant. Foul. And a miss. Mark Selby full. Yeah. Ben, can you bring it up? I couldn't see, Rob, because you were down on your shot.
That way, towards bark.
Bolt
Yeah,
cushion.
towards bark cushion, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. That way. Right. That way slightly.
This way.
Yeah. Slightly back towards you. Yeah, that looks about right to me.
Rob? Yeah, Mark? Foul and miss. Mark Selby full.
Well, he's going to get put back, and he's going to be very brave to play exactly the same shot again.
Rob, does that look about right to you? Might be a bit further, but not much. Okay. Mark, yeah? Rob, you'll have to call a miss after this stroke. I'll award the frame to your opponent. Okay?
You don't want to miss it this time.
Foul.
Well, he overcompensated there. Make sure that he was hitting the red, but have a look at this where the red is finished. Wow.
The in-off was looking good until the red escaped back down the table.
One.
The three reds on the top cushion shouldn't cause Mark Selby any problems.
Eight.
Something in the
Mark
crowd.
Selby eight.
A noise just on his backswing.
Oh, that's unusual. You don't normally see Max Selby react like that. Look.
Mark Selby eight.
Something as an item.
Yeah, the worst type of noise, a strange noise out of the blue. Totally broke the rhythm of the shot. Well, that was Robert Milkins' chance. The tide of concentration had turned maybe for Mark Selby. He played a loose safety shot. You really think that that was Robert Milkins' best opportunity to win this frame and get back into the situation.
One.
Well, that's what he thought of that shot. Well, he's part of the black, but it's not that
8.
great. He's on this red, but he's got a bit of work to do. Brush off another red, maybe hold for the pink into the left centre pocket.
9.
Hampered slightly with that red. May even decide to take the black here.
He was a little unnerved in that shot on the black where there was a solo cough that sort of broke his concentration again. Still probably reeling a bit from what had happened. But I think if this black goes in, it's business as usual. He's back in the zone. Would have liked one more ball roll there.
16.
Would have been a far easier positional shot than this, and you'd get closer to the black if you'd have got that extra roll of the ball. Can he go around the angles? Yes, he can.
17.
Yeah, to play that nicely. And now he's got a nice angle. Those two reds just directly above the black. If he can go into the one right above the black, just nudge that out of the way. He'll open that red and he'll still be on another red into the other corner pocket. Nice little cannon. He's played it perfectly. Now, great chance. 43 points in the lead.
24.
These 5 open reds will be
25.
enough to seal another frame. Looking very ominous for Robert Milkins at the moment as he sits in his chair and contemplates that last miss on the red. There was a chance for him, one he should have taken.
32. 33. 40. 41.
If he's got the right angle, he can risk going into the reds if he wants. But looking at the scoreline, no real need, is there? If he'd have needed the lot to clear up, another story.
Yeah, I think he's that player, isn't he? Why take the risk? Just peel off these 2 loose reds. He's 66 in the lead. Peel off the 2 reds with colours. That will be enough. No need to take the risk. You've got to have a good steady hand to get that on the spot.
47.
Well done, Rob Spencer. Yeah, different situation. If he was 50 or 60 behind, he would have split up those reds without a shadow of a doubt. So this black to put him 74 in front. Still 75 on the table, but this loose red will be a formality.
55.
Well, he's had a look as he's part of frame ball. And he's had a look. There may be a plant on here. May be able to make a plant. Well, there may be two of them. He has the angle to go into the reds. Into the reds it is. Didn't catch them right.
63.
Now can he pull out a good long pot here? Keep the break going.
Well, it's not in.
Yeah. Mark
But
Selby,
we expect
63.
Robert
on the
Milkins
threat.
to give up as he does. It's not been a great session for Robert Milkins. It's been a marvellous one for Mark Selby. He's really in full command here. 4-0, Mark Selby.